Tuesday, February 25th. In London, the Admiralty announces that British troops have occupied the island of Castellorizo in the eastern Mediterranean, the site of an Italian seaplane base. Responding to comments about the submarine war made by Hitler in Munich, the Admiralty says that Britain is prepared. In Bulgaria, a British-inspired plot to overthrow the government is uncovered and thwarted. In Moscow, General Zhukov, the new chief of the General Staff, secretly orders a heightened state of vigilance and readiness in the border regions of the West, as the forces of the Third Reich will soon become the enemy to face in battle. At the same time, Zhukov organizes 20 new armored divisions and, in spite of the lack of resources, orders more planes and airfields to be built at different locations throughout the country. The Russians have no doubts about Hitler's plans, as German reconnaissance flights over the Baltic are now a daily occurrence. In the Far East, the Japanese government announces its support for Thai demands in Indochina. In East Africa, British troops under General Cunningham marched towards Mogadishu, the capital of Italian Somalia. Mussolini's forces start to evacuate the colony. Wednesday, February 26th. In London, Prime Minister Winston Churchill meets with the War Cabinet. They analyze the situation in southern Europe and plan a united front formed by Greece, Romania, and Yugoslavia to block the Germans' path to the Mediterranean.
Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you.
This would also stop the Third Reich from exploiting the oil fields of Ploesti. On the other hand, they take for granted that German troops will occupy Bulgaria. Luftwaffe aircraft bombed the ports of Hull, Harwich, and Great Yarmouth, and the arms industries of Ipswich and Norwich in England. The Foreign Secretary, Anthony Eden, meets with his Turkish counterpart, Şükrü Saracoğlu, one of the main supporters of his country's neutrality. Together with members of the high command of both countries, they plan policies to reinforce bilateral relations. In East Africa, General Cunningham's men take Mogadishu, the capital of Italian Somalia. In the Sea War, U-47 sinks the British merchant ships Kadago, Riedboholm, and Borgland, and the tanker Diyala. Thursday, February 27th.
Mr. Wendell Wilkie.
In London, the House of Commons unanimously expresses its confidence in the Prime Minister Winston Churchill and support for his policies.
About what they have seen over here.
At the same time, the British press reports the speech given by Admiral Lord Chatfield, the former Minister for Coordination of Defense, in which he warns that German submarine warfare will become increasingly dangerous. In the Mediterranean, several squadrons of German and Italian planes heavily bomb the airports of Malta. In the Far East, 20,000 Chinese soldiers from Chiang Kai-shek's army enter Burma to reinforce the British troops in the country. Meanwhile, the Japanese government advises its citizens living in Indochina to leave the country. In North Africa, several Allied patrols repel an attack by a German reconnaissance group west of Al-Gila in Libya. In East Africa, in Italian Somalia, the rapid advance of the Commonwealth forces along River Juba to Mogadishu is destroying morale among the Italian soldiers, thousands of whom surrender. Friday, February 28th. In Berlin, the film Battle Squadron Lützow, directed by Hans Bertum, has its premiere. It has been filmed with assistance from the Wehrmacht, the Luftwaffe, and the Kriegsmarine, and supervised by propaganda minister Joseph Goebbels. The film narrates the German victory over Poland in 1939. At its first screening, Goebbels recommends that all the youth of the country should watch it. In Warsaw, Poland, more than 4,000 people have died of starvation in January and February alone. In the border region of Giurgiu in Romania, on the left bank of the Danube, Wehrmacht engineers build 3 bridges linking the Romanian and Bulgarian sides. Skirmishes take place between the 1st German patrols and the Bulgarian army. Meanwhile, the Bulgarian government is expected to sign up to the Tripartite Pact in Vienna.
Destiny itself points the way there.
The Turkish parliament ratifies its alliance with Britain.
Without regard for losses, a gigantic, all-destroying blow.
In the Far East, Japan's foreign minister, Yosuke Matsuoka, puts pressure on the governments of Thailand and Indochina to negotiate a settlement to end the territorial dispute that has led to armed conflict.